Good morning, student. In previous lecture, we have studied vernier potentiometer as a part of DC potentiometer. Now coming to the fifth method, that is Brooks deflection potentiometer. It is also a DC type potentiometer. In all the previous potentiometers we have studied so far, are all of them are null instrument, or the galvanometer serves as null instrument to detect the balance point. So they are used where the circuit conditions are steady and a constant, where voltage is measured is constant. So where the circuit conditions are unsteady and the voltage under measurement varies, it is often difficult or even impossible to obtain the balance point. So in such cases where the difficulty is more while balancing the circuit, at that time this Brooks deflection potentiometer is used with some modifications, because in that balance point obtaining it is a time consuming and tedious process. So this Brooks deflection potentiometer was developed to take care of these kind of limitations. It is used for the application where the voltage to be measured is continuously changing or vary. It is specifically used for calibration and testing of deflection instrument in the laboratories. So basically this deflection Brooks deflection potentiometer, as the names also suggest, deflection means where the voltage under measurement is varying. Now coming to the constructional diagram of that Brooks deflection potentiometer. So this shows the systematic diagram of Brooks deflection potentiometer. It consists of one or two main dials consisting of decayed resistant boxes. A center zero tape galvanometer is connected in the circuit to indicate deflection. Here, the galvanometer is connected in series with compensating resistance R. These are the compensating resistance. A working battery E is connected in series with the rheostat. Here, rheostat is used to adjust the potentiometer current, as we already know the application of it. So it adjusts the potentiometer current and takes from the working battery. This AB this AB represents the dial and a slide wire of potentiometer, while C and D, these two points, are slide contacts between the main dial and this resistor, compensating resistor R. Now we'll see the working of this Brooks deflection potentiometer. Basically, in the working of Brooks deflection potentiometer, an approximated balance is obtained and a greater portion of voltage is read for setting of the slide contact. The remaining varying portion is measured from the deflection of galvanometer calibrated in millivolts. So the major portion will be obtained by this sliding contact, and if there is some precise voltage to be measured, will be measured with the help of this galvanometer. For the galvanometer to give a deflection proportional to the out of balance voltage, that is extra one, it is essential that the galvanometer circuit resistance is constant. This is done by the compensating resistance R. Here, the value of compensating resistance are so chosen that the resistance of the potentiometer circuit, as viewed from the terminal EF here, remains constant irrespective to the position of sliding contacts. So we have to set the value of this compensating resistance at that value, where looking from this EMF, the resistance of compensating resistance basically looks constant or remains constant irrespective to the position of sliding contact. This means that the current through the galvanometer will always be proportional to the out of balance current, whatever may be the setting of the main dial. So the galvanometer scale can be calibrated to read out of balance EMF directly. The value of unknown EMF is obtained by adding the galvanometer reading to the main dial setting and is kept nearly equal to the EMF being measured. So in this whole process, basically our galvanometer gives us out of balance EMF or like extra EMF produced, and the main EMF or major portion of that will be given from the slide contact, and it was almost kept equal to the unknown EMF. There is almost very few millivolts that is measured by this galvanometer. Otherwise the main value of the unknown EMF is given from the main dial also. So this is used where the unknown EMF is continuously changing or varying. So here no balancing point will be taken out with the help of galvanometer. Here the galvanometer is used for indicating the extra millivolts or out of balance voltage, and the main voltage will be given from the main dial. So this is all about Brooks deflection potentiometer. In next lecture we'll study self-balancing potentiometer as a part of DC potentiometer. For now I'm ending this lecture. The lecture notes will be provided on college website as well as on our Google Classroom. Till then, continue your lectures. Stay healthy, stay safe.